The most terrifying thing about awakening is realizing you were never crazy, just surrounded by people who needed you to be. Let that sit for a moment. Because tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, not after another breakdown, tonight something irreversible is going to activate in you, and the world around you will feel it, whether they admit it or not. Now here's the unsettling fact. According to a 2023 psychological study on social mirroring, the average person unconsciously suppresses their most authentic self, just to avoid triggering the truth in someone else. Think about that. Most people are literally acting just to stay palatable. But you've always been a glitch in that system. And starting tonight, you'll stop shrinking for their comfort and start emitting the frequency they swore didn't exist. Here's where it gets funny. You ever notice how the moment you start healing and glowing, random people from 7 years ago just pop back in like unpaid extras in a Netflix series? Oh, hey, just checking in. No, you're not a check-in. You're the plot twist they never saw coming. So buckle up, chosen one. This isn't motivational fluff. This isn't spiritual cupcake talk. This is the episode where everything changes. And by the end of tonight, you're not just going to walk into a new identity. You're going to embody something they've been praying never shows up. Let's get into it. Number 1, you will become a mirror that burns, not reflects. You're not here to reflect who people pretend to be. You're here to expose what they've been hiding. And starting tonight, that's exactly what you're going to become. Not a harmless mirror, but one that burns through illusion. You won't be reflecting back their carefully built images anymore. You'll start showing them everything they've been trying to bury, their lies, their guilt, their fake confidence, their fear of being irrelevant in the presence of someone real. This shift is quiet but violent. You won't have to say much. Your energy will do the talking. Your presence will start making people nervous, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're becoming too real for their performance. And the truth is, most people aren't afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being seen, fully, deeply, and without a filter. That's what you'll do just by walking into a room. You'll start triggering breakdowns in people who haven't done the inner work. They won't be able to explain why they suddenly feel insecure, defensive, or irritated around you. But it'll happen over and over. And that's because their masks can't survive the heat you now carry. They might call you intimidating, arrogant, cold. But what they're really saying is, you don't let me lie to myself anymore, and I hate that. You see, people are comfortable around mirrors that flatter them, but the moment that mirror starts telling the truth, they want to smash it. They'll try to twist your truth into a problem, but deep down they know exactly what you are. Proof that their carefully curated image is cracking. This is power most people don't talk about. The power to hold space so pure, so piercing, that others have no choice but to confront themselves or flee. It's not about being better than anyone. It's about carrying a level of inner clarity that turns into spiritual X-ray vision. And it's not always glamorous. Sometimes it's lonely. Sometimes it gets you falsely labeled, misunderstood, even hated. But it's real. And tonight that energy is going to lock into place. You're no longer just reflecting the world. You're about to melt the illusions it runs on. Number 2, you will become proof that spiritual warfare is not metaphor. It's surveillance, gaslighting, and isolation tactics. This isn't some abstract concept anymore. Spiritual warfare is real, and for chosen ones, it's never been a metaphor. It's been your life. And tonight, you're finally going to start seeing it for what it truly is. You were never just having bad luck or going through a rough patch. You were under surveillance. You were being tested, studied, and manipulated, not just by people, but by the systems they served without even realizing it. Every betrayal, every fake friend, every strange moment of isolation wasn't random. It was targeted. The tactics were subtle. They gaslit you until you questioned your own reality. They isolated you from your support systems to keep you weak. They flooded your life with distractions to keep you too tired to notice the truth. And the worst part, most of the people being used against you had no idea what role they were playing. They thought they were just moving on, setting boundaries, or doing what's best for them. But spiritually, they were pawns in a very real war over your soul. This is what happens when your energy holds something ancient and rare. When your frequency starts threatening the systems built on lies, you get marked. You don't get to walk through life the way others do. You're watched. You're tested. You're constantly forced to choose between breaking down or breaking through. And now, after everything you've survived, you're entering a stage where those patterns finally start to make sense. You're going to look back and realize that betrayal wasn't personal, it was strategic. That loss wasn't punishment, it was a push. That isolation wasn't emptiness, it was preparation. You've been trained in silence for this moment. The way you kept your head up when nobody clapped, the way you held your ground when no one believed you, the way you trusted your intuition even when it made no sense on paper. All of that wasn't for nothing. Tonight marks the shift where the warfare around you becomes visible, not just emotionally, but spiritually, energetically, and even physically. The veil lifts, the patterns reveal themselves, and suddenly you stop feeling crazy because you start seeing the battlefield for what it truly is. And you're no longer the hunted. You're the one carrying the intel.